Listen to me very carefully.
Hey, keep her straight though, keep her straight. Okay, April's upgrade. Actually, I wouldn't call it an upgrade. April's fix.
Works for me.
Okay. Take two.
3.
3. 7. All right. So one of the fixes that we're taking care of this this winter, when we've got Penny out on the trails and she's flexing fully out, we're hearing a noise, rubbing, and if you come in here, you can see this right in through here is rubbing, and it's really hard to see, but right up at the edge of the engine skid plate, right there, is where the drive shaft is contacting. What we want to do is drop this pan, and we're going to give the drive shaft a little more clearance.
Hey, look, you can see Roy now.
Hi.
So if you come around this side,
Yeah.
we can also see that this will need notch right here will need to be just a little bit deeper
Okay. Good eye.
in order to allow this to slide over. And I think it's going to be a little easier to relocate this over a ½ inch.
True.
So basically what we're going to do is we'll need to trim this, drop these 2 bolts,
And those 2 bolts.
drop the corresponding 2 bolts at the front, drop the pan, make a slight adjustment,
I'm going to get a marker.
and
that
yeah,
we can make
I think a mark is a good idea.
So to summarize, 2 options. 1, notching. 2, relocate. I think we're leaning toward relocate.
It's a little bit simpler to just slide the pan sideways a little bit.
And this pan is a Moore pan. Mountain Off-Road Enterprises.
Sharpies.
Buy them by the couple dozen on Amazon because they go everywhere. Yeah, that'll clearance. That'll clearance.
Roger. What's our
It's our
vector,
Victor.
All right, and then as far as dropping those back bolts,
Yeah. Is there a...
you can get right to the top of it with a,
Okay, so there is a free nut there.
yeah,
And then on the front too?
and the front are actually captive.
Okay.
But, yeah, just a wrench on the top and a socket on the bottom, or the impact on the bottom, and spin it loose.
Okay.
So they had me slide a support stand underneath. And as you can well imagine, with these hanging down, they've hit a rock or 2. So getting them off is all kinds of fun sometimes.
Kenneth? Need a hand.
That's all he's got.
Just hold that. The end is too buggered up to get a box end wrench on it.
Really?
Well, it hits rocks.
It does.
She's a rock crawler. She crawls over rocks. To prevent this same problem in the future, I have ordered these Metal Cloak JK Wrangler Undercloak Skid Washer Replacement Kit bolts. I'm going to have to drill them out just a little bit, but these sit a lot more flush, and I won't hit them with the rocks in the future. The thing is, they weren't here at the time of shooting this video, so this will be an additional step later, but this is something that is in the plan.
Yeah, other way.
No, I'm going the right way.
That's right.
It's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, upside down. Somebody got Loctite on this or something.
No, I think it's just, she's got a problem where she actually snaps these bolts.
Yeah.
So
I did it at Trail Hero.
I've replaced them 3 or 4 times now.
Well, they do look fairly small.
So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the bolt itself is mangled as well as the head.
Potentially.
Well, that's one way of handling
We're
it.
going to replace that bolt one way or another.
Whether we want to or not. Yeah. And I can see right here.
Oh, I can see it from here. It's slanted.
Yeah, that nut has been, that bolt has been
I abused it.
abused.
I abused it.
The problem is the lip of the skid plate here. It keeps me from getting a wrench on it nicely. What do you got?
I'm working on the front up here.
Okay. Plan 2.
Meow. Doing very well up there, Kenneth.
Huh?
You're doing very well up there as a one-armed monkey.
When all those fails, use a different tool. Figure out how to get your arm.
Give her a big hug. Tell her she's a butthead. Remember, every time I cuss at her, she starts behaving.
Well, I figured getting up in her undercarriage might get her a little happier.
Yeah. So what they're talking about doing is re-drilling the holes a little bit further to the side. I guess it'd be further to this side.
Yeah, we want to move that way.
Yep, you do. And of course, we've also got this notch here
Hand me the light.
that needs to happen.
So you can get a little bit clearer picture right here. Now that it's moved, you can see how it's rubbing right along in here.
Yeah, it's actually dented it or divoted or grinded it
Yep.
a little bit. You happy with that?
Looks good to me.
So now we do a quick test fit.
Okay.
Take that. I'll
Take
take
that.
that. What you want to do is
Lift
raise it up.
And you got plenty of room.
Yep, I agree.
Cut.
Yep.
So
Cool.
now go grab the little bit of touch-up paint
Yeah,
and
Get the edge.
do some rust preventative.
you can hit the... Bummer.
Oh no, runs, drips, errors. In these holes.
And it doesn't need to move very far at that end.
Yeah. Okay.
And then this end, we just crank it up.
Well, no. We drill a hole first.
Well, you're going to drill the hole through this into this.
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah.
use this as the drill guide. Okay. First thing I want to do then is the step bit to make this hole bigger.
So putting the brick of wood in there just to minimize vibration?
Well,
Give me something to
gives
push
me,
against.
gives
That
me
too.
something to push against. Not so far back. And get the one that's actually open. Watch your head.
You have to tell him everything.
Swear.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, we can't find the one that was already open. Okay, so we went from 5/16 to 3/8.
You can do it on the other side?
Yeah. Step bit makes that easy.
Yep.
How far over do we want to go?
I would like to say probably we need to come over about a ½ an inch to give us the clearance we're looking for.
Okay, so I need a series of bits. April's turn. She's so happy. We're making progress.
Well, I can't help but think that this is one of those things that would be easier from the ground.
No, it's not easy no matter what you do. It's
going anywhere.
It's thick steel, so it takes a while to drill through. You can do it.
I know.
You can do it.
You can do it!
Okay, let Roy tag in.
Tag in.
Tag.
See the chips.
I can on yours. I never saw them on mine.
You were almost there.
Almost. And he's switched to a step bit now.
Okay.
So,
You moved over.
old bit on the right. No, old bit on the left. New hole on the right. That's how much we're moving it over. My rock lights are just a little bit dirty. That's okay. Look at that, guys.
What's that?
The judgmental duck is back.
Okay. Just had to get that last little bit because the step bit was going through too much steel. And now we're going to use a bolt as soon as Kenneth comes up with one.
Give him time. He's only using one hand. So, for what it's worth, I don't call this a problem with the Moore skid plate at all. I love this thing. It's been working really good for me. It's just when you've got a custom-made vehicle with a conglomerate of parts, things don't always line up the way they were meant to. If you leave that bolt that way, I'm gonna hurt you.
Okay, so the point of this is to force this to stay where the bolt lines up.
Sure.
And that way when we come in and finish this hole out, one of the things I noticed is as I came in, we were slightly off center on this one. So what happened is I stuck the step bit in and pushed it over, and that's not a good thing.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't leave a rock claw underneath Penny.
I might. And there we have a bolt that lines up. It stays lined up with that bolt.
We know these are not grade 8s. You just don't happen to have grade 8s, and this is something that can be replaced at a later date.
Yep. And replacing these bolts is easy.
Yep.
So I'm not even going to make them much more than finger tight because we're going to replace them. Since we're going to replace these with better bolts, grade 8, I'm going to leave this one hanging down.
Okay. So we'll come back and do that a little later.
Yeah.
But we won't know if this is done until a little bit later. And by later, what I mean is we want to go test this rig at Ram Off-Road Park as soon as we get all of these fixes done. I'm especially concerned about how she behaved on Widowmaker last time she was out, where it could have been electrical, but it also could have been a fuel issue. And I don't have a fuel issue on my to-do list for these fixes. So I want to get her out, get her flexed out. We'll find out if that's a problem, but then we'll also find out if her fuel issue is actually a problem, and we'll have to address that before Easter Week's Far E2. And the one-armed man is putting together the front end. So, with the exception of the new bolts, we're going to call this fix number 2 done, with one little task remaining. Thanks for watching.